Okay, gents, proportions, the golden ratio of an outfit. Okay, so there's a hidden line running across every outfit that you wear. Okay, and where it sits decides whether you look tall and balanced or short and a bit off. Most men have never heard of it, so they fix everything except the thing that's actually wrong. By the end of this, you'll see that line on yourself and also on everyone else, and you'll know how to put it exactly where it makes you look your best. Here's why this matters. You can own good clothes in good colors that fit you and still look frumpy or stumpy and not know why. 9 times out of 10, this is why. The individual pieces are fine in and of themselves, but the line where your outfit splits your body in half is in the wrong place and it's dragging your whole look down. It's the most powerful thing almost no man knows about, and I'm going to show you the line, where it goes wrong and exactly where it should sit. Then the simple moves that put it in the right place. The tuck, the waist of your trousers, the length of everything you layer on top. You don't have to grab anything. You don't need to buy a thing for this. It's free. And it's all about where that particular line lands. Let's go. So let me show you something you've never noticed, but will never be able to unsee. Every single outfit splits your body in 2 halves. We've got a top half and you've got a bottom half. There's a line where one ends and the other begins, and your eye reads it without you ever being aware of it. So where's the line, you may ask? It's wherever your eye naturally stops as you travel down your body, okay? Now, usually, it's at your waist, where a top tucks in or where a jacket ends, where the color changes from your shirt to your trousers. Something marks the spot where your top half becomes your bottom half, okay? Now, on the board here, I've got Jimmy, my man Jimmy, okay? On the board here, that's the line that I've drawn straight across the middle of this figure. Okay, now here's why it's the most important thing in the whole outfit. That line tells everyone instantly how your body is proportioned, okay? If the line sits high around your natural waist, your legs look long and you look tall and balanced. But if the line sits low down here, your legs look short and stumpy and the whole thing looks off, even if you're not a short man. Same body, same height, 2 completely different looks decided by one line. And this is the bit that'll change how you get dressed forever. You control where that line sits. It's not fixed by your height or your build. It's set by your clothes, by where you tuck your shirt in, where your top ends, where your trousers sit, okay? Most men set it by accident and land it in the worst possible place. Once you learn to set it on purpose, you can make yourself look taller and better proportioned, for free too, by the way, with clothes that you already own. That's what the rest of this is, finding the line and putting it where it flatters you and your body. Now, why do these lines matter so much? One reason, legs. The whole thing comes down to how long your legs look, and the line is what makes them look long or short. Think about what we read as a good male frame. We're talking tall, balanced, a bit of length to the leg. When a man looks well proportioned, what you're actually clocking is that his legs look long relative to his top half. Long legs read as height, athleticism, balance. A long body with short legs reads as stumpy and a little bit awkward, to be transparent, okay? No matter how tall the man actually is, it's not about your real height, it's about the proportion your eyes see. Now, here's the link. The line we just talked about is exactly what sets how long your legs look, okay? If you drop the line low with a long top, half hanging down over your hips, you've just made your legs start lower, so they look short. But if you lift the line up closer to your natural waist, which is around your belly button area, okay, your legs look like they start higher, so they look longer, okay? You haven't changed your body at all. You've just moved the line and changed what the eye sees. That's the entire game in one idea. Almost everything that makes an outfit look right or wrong on a man's frame comes back to whether his legs look long or short. And that comes back to the line here and here, okay? So from here on, every move I show you has one job, and that is to get the line up where it lengthens your legs, okay? And keep it away from the spot that chops you or chops them short, chops you in half, okay? Keep that in your head and the rest is easy. Now, the mistake almost every man makes, the one that drops the line to the worst possible place, is he cuts himself in half, dead center, okay? And it's the single most common reason a man looks short and frumpy without knowing why. Here's how it happens. The big one is the untucked top, that hangs down to the crotch or past it. T-shirt, jumper or shirt left hanging out, it doesn't really matter. When the bottom of your top lands halfway down your body, that's where the line goes. Think a line that's drawn across here, okay? And a line in the middle splits you in two equal halves, top and bottom, okay? The same length, which is the most stumpy, least flattering split there is, okay? Your legs now look like they start at your crotch because as far as the eye is concerned, that's where your top half ends. It gets worse the lower it goes. The long top, the oversized tee that hangs to mid-thigh, the jumper that comes down over your bum. These don't just cut you in half, they drop the line below halfway, so your legs look even shorter than your top half. We want to reverse that. You look properly stumpy doing that. This is exactly why so much of the oversized baggy look makes men look short and shapeless. It's dragging the line down their body. And here's the cruel part, the men doing this often have no idea. He thinks the outfit's fine, the top fits across the shoulders, the color's all right, the trousers are okay on their own. Each piece passes inspection, but the line is sitting low and dead center, okay? And it's quietly making him look half a foot shorter and far less sharp than he could, okay? He's checking everything except the one thing that's actually wrong. So if the middle is wrong, where should the line go? Higher than you think, right? Up around your natural waist. The narrowest part of your torso. If you think about your torso, if you're in shape, you have a V and then goes out to your hips. That narrow part is actually your narrow waist. It's where your belly button is, give or take. That's the spot that makes everything work. Now, here's why that spot is magic. Your natural waist is higher than where most men instinctively put the line. When you set the split there, instead of down at your crotch, down here, you're telling the eye where your top half ends up higher, which means your legs start higher up, which means they look longer. You instantly buy yourself leg length and with it, height and balance without changing a single thing about your actual body. It's a free couple of inches of leg, right? Just from where the line leads. Picture the two figures side by side if we had Jimmy 1 and Jimmy 2, right? Same man, same height. The first has the line at his crotch down here, okay? Long top, short looking legs, stumpy. The second has the line at his natural waist. You can see the top half is now shorter than the bottom half and his legs look long and he looks taller and sharper. Nothing changed except where the line sits. That's the whole principle in one picture. And once you see those two figures next to each other, you can't unsee it. So that's the target from everything from here. You want the line at or near your natural waist. So your bottom half is slightly longer than your top, not your hips, not your crotch, your waist. Every move I'm about to show you, the tuck, the trousers, the layers, etc. It's just a different way of getting that line up to your waist and keeping it there. Now you know where you're aiming, so let's go through the levers that put you there. Right, so the fastest way to move the line in the whole game is the tuck, right? And so when I'm talking about the tuck, I'm talking about tucking your top in, takes the line from wherever it was hanging and lifts it straight up to your waist instantly, your natural waist. It's the single quickest fix there is and it costs you nothing. Think about what a tuck actually does. Untucked, the bottom of your shirt hangs down to your crotch and sets the line low, right? Cutting you in half. Here again, cutting him in half, okay? Tuck that same shirt in and suddenly the line jumps up to your waistband, right around your natural waist. Pointing it here again. You've taken the worst spot and swapped it for the best spot on your body in 2 seconds with a top that you already own. Same shirt, same pair of trousers, completely different proportions just because you tucked your shirt in. Now, men panic about tucking because they think it's either too formal or it makes them look like, I don't know, their dad or something. So here's the simple version. A full clean tuck for anything smart. So we're talking a shirt with proper trousers, sharp and done. But for a more relaxed look, you can have the French tuck, okay? So the French tuck is just the front tucked in loosely and it's got the back essentially left out. I personally wouldn't do this, but I'm just giving you gents an option, okay? It gives you the high line at the front where it counts while still feeling casual. And then you've got knitwear and tees. A half tuck or even just tucking the front into your waistband does the same job without looking try hard. So you've got a tuck for every level of formality. Now, one rule to make this work, the tuck only lifts the line properly if your trousers sit at a decent height, which is the next point. If you tuck a shirt into trousers that are hanging low on your hips, we're talking low-rise trousers, okay? You've moved the line up and a bit, but not enough, okay? but get the tuck and the trouser height working together and you nail the line every time. The tuck is your fastest lever. Tucking your shirt in is your fastest lever. Learn to use all three versions and you can fix your proportions on the spot anywhere for free. So look, now the lever that works hand in hand with the tuck, where your trousers actually sit on your body. Because the top of your trousers is often where that line lands. So how high or low they sit moves the line directly. Now, here's the problem most men have. They wear their trousers low, down on the hips, below their natural waist. Loads of men do this without thinking, especially with jeans and casual trousers. They sit them low because it feels relaxed. But every inch you drop the trousers down your hips, you drop the line down with them and you shorten your legs, okay? Low slung trousers are quietly stealing leg length off you every single day, and stacking a long, untucked on top of them is a double hit. The line goes right down. Now, the fix is to wear trousers that sit higher, okay? Up closer to your natural waist where we want the line, not yanked up to your ribs like a cartoon, just sitting at your actual waist instead of slung low on your hips. When the waistband sits at your natural waist, the line sits where, or the line sits there too, okay? Your legs start higher and you look longer and more balanced. This is also why proper trousers often look sharper than low cut jeans. They're built to sit at the waist, so they put the line in the right place for you automatically. So the two levers work together. Trousers sitting at your natural waist with the top tucked into them, and the line lands exactly where it flatters you every time, okay? Trousers slung low with a long top over them, and the line drops to the worst spot. Same body, opposite result, right? Once you feel where your natural waist is and start wearing the top of your trousers there, you've unlocked the foundation and the tuck does the rest. And I just want to talk about body proportions here. If we're in shape, we're building a physique, right? And men in their 30s and 40s generally have hopefully done this. You would have created a nice V taper here, okay? Having your trousers up at your natural waist is only going to accentuate that, especially once you tuck your top in. And for shorter guys, if you're any, like I'm 5'9", I like to have 2/3 at the bottom, 1/3 at the top. It just makes me look longer, okay? So that's that. Now, the last lever, and it catches men out constantly, is the length of everything that you wear on top, okay? So not just your shirt, every single layer. We're talking your jumper, your jacket, your coat. Each one has a hem, a bottom edge, okay? You know, hem, bottom edge, etc. And every one of those edges draws a line across you. If you get any of them wrong, and it fights everything else that you've just done. So you start with the basic top. Even when you're not tucking, the length matters. A top that ends right at your hip bone or just below keeps the line reasonably high, okay? A top that hangs down to your crotch or lower drops it to a bad spot. So when you're buying tees, shirts, and jumpers, length is a real thing to check, not just the chest and the shoulders. A jumper that's too long will cut you down no matter how good it is, no matter the fabric, no matter the cost, etc. And most men never even look at where it ends. Now, layers, because this is where it gets missed. Every layer adds another line. If you've tucked your shirt to get a nice high line, okay, then thrown on a jumper that hangs down past your hips, the jumper's hem is now the line everyone sees, and it's low, okay? It's back down here again. You did the right thing underneath and then covered it with a low line on top. Same with jackets and coats. A short jacket that ends at your hip keeps the line high and your legs long. A long coat isn't wrong, but you've got to understand it sets a low line. So you balance it and you keep it open. So it frames a vertical strip down the middle of you rather than cutting you straight across, okay? So the rule for everything you put on is simple. Ask, where does this end? And is that edge helping the line or is it dropping it? The shortest layer to your hip keeps you long. The longer the layer, the lower the line. So wear longer pieces open and deliberately, not by accident. Get every hem working with you instead of against you. And the whole stack holds that high line from your skin out to your coat. Capiche? So look, gents, that's it, the hidden line and every lever that moves it. You've got the tuck, the trousers, the length of everything on top. They all do one job. Get the line up to your natural waist so your legs look long and you look tall and balanced. Now, here's what I want you to actually walk away with. Train your eye to see the line. From now on, when you look in the mirror, don't just check if the pieces look all right on their own, find the line. ask yourself, where does my top half end and my bottom half begin? And is that point high at my waist or low at my crotch? That's one question. That one question tells you in a second whether the outfit's working, and it's the question almost no man is asking. And once you can see it on yourself, you'll see it on everyone. You'll watch a man who looks sharp and spot that his line's sitting high. You'll also watch a man who looks frumpy and stumpy, and you'll instantly see a low line, the long top, the low trousers, the line halfway down him, okay? You won't be able to switch it off. You'll have an eye for the single thing that was invisible to you 10 minutes ago and is invisible to almost every man walking past you. That's the power of this one. It costs nothing. You don't buy a thing, and it works with the clothes hanging in your wardrobe right now. It's pure knowledge, right? And it's the kind that changes how every outfit you own looks from today. So find your line, get it up to your waist, and keep it there, okay? Stop letting your clothes cut you in half by accident. Put the line where it makes you look the tallest, sharpest version of yourself on purpose. Okay, gents? Get some.